Yeah, hi everyone. This is how I did this round in Supercoach. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. 2,625. It's my best ever round rank. Ranked 1,060 and almost went up 14,000 ranks and almost into the top 10,000. Yeah, absolutely happy with that. Just yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm just shocked. I mean, couple of trades have won all my leagues. So look here, what Cripps, Cresp. I keep getting him and Cripps mixed up with their names. 103, it's pretty good. Looped hole Hewitt for Ridley, who got 115. He finally got over 100. Bad time he did. So happy with that. Short 152. Outstanding job from him. Everyone has him though, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, Jack Bowie. Was it Bowie? Yeah, 63. A bit disappointing. It's probably one of the disappointing things about this team this week. But look, if that's one of the biggest disappointing, if that's one of your if that's my biggest disappointment this round, then it's a pretty good round. So he probably has to be traded. It's just under 400k, so I might trade him. Maybe not this round. I need to check his break even, but he'll probably have to go soon. Need need to make sure. Need to check the buyers as well, the buy structure, to see how things play out. O'Driscoll 57, a little disappointing considering Fremantle won. They are playing a good team, but not a complete disaster. At least it's not below 50. I guess we can't really, you know, demand too much considering Hewitt was injured. Sam DeConning, yeah, excellent stuff from him. 77, it's pretty good. Is it his best score this season? Not too sure. It's one of his best ones if it isn't. So he's continues to make cash, which is great. O'Driscoll start slowing down his cash generation, and we might have to trade him soon. Ridley, yeah, already spoke about him. Yeah, fantastic stuff from Ridley. And obviously McCartan didn't play. He might have to go soon too. Steele, 122. Happy with Steele. I mean, not his best, but not his worst. Still increased in price, and his season average went up a bit. McRae, 89. Yeah, disappointing from McRae. Yeah, considering the Bulldogs won. It was a bit more of a mixed effort with Bulldogs, with Bontempelli and Dunkley again, stealing the show for him. So, look, 89 is not the worst score, but for a player of McRae's price tag, it's not particularly good. And some people captain McRae, which put them at a massive disadvantage. Personally, I wouldn't have gone McRae this week, even though they played against my side, Essendon, and typically does perform well. I just think, Bulldogs, which performing a bit more. Their players have contributed well so far. Next up, we've got Neil, 187. Fantastic stuff from Neil. He ended up scoring more than Gawn. So if you captain Neil, you'd be laughing. Obviously, if you've got Gawn, Oliver, and a bunch of other Cripps, which I'll talk about in a minute, better probably more people went with them. Understandably, they are playing a good side, Sydney. Which you would have thought, Neil might have been a bit more tagged, or Sydney would have paid a bit more attention to him, but they didn't. Oliver, 119, not the fantastic score he got last week. I brought him in this week, which looks to be like a good decision. You want to get rid of the rookies on a field, and that's the reason why I scored well this week. Particularly in the midfield, got rid of the dud rookies, just get rid of them. Got rid of Horn Francis, rid of Rochelle, just move them on. They're going to lose your money, and it's paid off. And Took Miller, outstanding. Look, he had a terrible first quarter. I thought, oh, here we go. He's going to stuff up my round. But he performed well for the next three quarters. Not just well, he performed superb and bagging his best score of the season, 160. So, look, if you brought him in this week, that's paying off so far. Patrick Cripps, 138. Great, good score from him. I was actually expecting him to go about 150 considering they played North Melbourne. Well, I'll take 138. Carlton do have a bunch of other midfielders. Even though Hewitt was out, I thought I thought Cripps might even go even higher. But look, take 138 any day of the week with the player with any player just about pretty much. So yeah, 138. Happy with that. It's a good thing that I kept Cripps. I know a lot of people did get rid of him. I always go by that 1 week rule, unless it's the last round, of course. Stephen Coniglio, 108. Yeah, fantastic game from him too, considering coming back from an injury last season. They did dominate Adelaide. I know Adelaide did do better in the last quarter. So his scoring did dry up a bit in the last quarter, but yeah, good job from him. I'm not too sure if he's going to be keeper, maybe for the 4-line. We'll have to swing him back there, but I'll keep him in the midfield for now until bring him, which is probably going to be Ben Keys. Nick Dacos, 75 now. He's on the verge of being on the chopping block or traded out. He actually lost money, so it's one of those things. Look, you're going to cover up the defence, depending if I upgrade my defence. If I sell to Conning or O'Driscoll or even McCartan, which might have to go this week. The problem is there's no good defensive rookies coming through. Not really too much defensive rookies, so it's a tough one there. As in the bench, none of them played Stevens or Ward, which is disappointing, these two. Stevens or Ward. I know Stevens got 95, then he got 23 and hasn't played since, even though Sydney did have a few weaker sides. They played like North Melbourne. He didn't get a game there. So I don't know what's going on with Dylan Stevens. I reckon they should play him. Sydney lost this week. They may play him next week. And Ward was managed, so it looks like they're resting him. So hopefully he gets the game. Otherwise he might have to be traded as well. Because I think Greg Clark from West Coast, which will probably stay in West Coast side now, considering he was one of their better players. They got smashed, and he scored over 100. Greg Clark, it was about 100. Someone might have to quote me on that. Yeah. Howell didn't play. He'd be put in a loophole for the whole season unless West Coast bring him back in, which may even happen considering how bad they're playing West Coast and the COVID issues and injury issues they have there. Gawn, yeah, outstanding job for Gawn. He's another reason why I performed well this week. Took him as a VC option, which was a smart decision. Some people who had Gawn didn't go with it. I reckon if he was playing an inexperienced ruckman, a very young ruckman in Lynch, and look, he's going to dominate. He was expected to dominate, and he did. 172. Not even my highest scoring player, Neil, which was a little bit surprised. I know Neil's a great player, but against Sydney, let him off the leash. He absolutely hurts you. So 172. We'll take that any day of the week. And look, if you traded out Gawn, you're looking like a fool. So it's a good thing I kept Gawn. You got rid of Grundy, which look, Bruce, he's performed exceptionally well. Clearly an AFL ruckman, not a VFL ruckman, or the level below that. Look, 109. He might even be in the top 5 for ruckman. Not too sure if he's a keeper, but he he'll just have to do for now, as long as he doesn't do something stupid or get injured. I might bring him for Darcy later on, because I think Grundy's just cooked. I think Grundy's injured for the rest of the season, almost all of it. So Bruce, he's in my team for now, and look, seems like an excellent move I made. And hey, he's not quite as good this round. Port Adelaide, even though they just got the win, they're playing Ryder, which is a tough matchup. So 53. Look, he's got to make your money for the next few rounds. So a lot of people brought him in. If you have him on field, you would have been disappointing. I reckon that's a bit risky considering you got options like Bruce, Ian, and Gawn. In the 4-line here, we got Josh Dunkley, 139. Happy with that. It seems like he's stolen McRae's show the last couple of weeks. He's outscored him by a fair margin, and he's catching up his average score. So there's that. And I brought in Parker, 150, which looks to be the trade of the week. Bringing in Parker, he was at 475, and I thought he had a low break even. He should make it, and he absolutely, exceeded my expectations. Wasn't expecting he's considering against Brisbane, and they did lose Sydney, but he scored 150. Was probably one of the best players. So happy with that trade. Excellent trade. Couldn't go any better so far. I reckon it was a must buy this week for the 4 line. I'm surprised more people didn't bring him in. I know a few people did. But look, now you're going to have to be paying 518 instead of 475. So look, I took that gamble and I've won so far. I'm not expecting this every week. But, it's one of those things with Parker. He can go bang like this or he can drop a 50 or 60. So keep that in mind. Will Brodie, 75. A little tad disappointing. His cash generation will probably slow down now. I reckon he probably just average about 95 to 100 or at least above 90 for the rest of the season. Depending on Fife, though, that may affect his scoring. I think Fife might play more in the forward line, though, and if Brodie can continue to play that midfield role, he will most likely keep up this scoring. Zach Butters, 89. Yeah, Zach Butters died off in the last quarter. Don't know what happened there. Even though Porto did get on top and end up winning the game. So look, 89's okay. Is he a keeper, Butters? We'll just have to hold him in our sides, I reckon. I think a few people might have traded Butters. I'm just going to keep him for now. And we'll soon see how we go for the rest of the season. Nick Martin, fantastic. Look, he's almost as averaging the same as Butters. Who would have thought? 106. I mean, this is the rookie of the year, basically. Just lock this guy, rookie of the year. 106 in a losing side. He's probably saved us. And we wouldn't have won a game this season if it wasn't for Martin, to be honest. We'd be bottom of the ladder, to be honest, if we didn't have Martin in our team. And that's saying something. 91, forward midfielder. We'll keep him for now. Not too sure if he's going to be a keeper. But he'll be, again, probably one of the last few players I'll trade out. And look, brought in Roas. Just to, bring some cash generation in. And look, disappointing, 48, which I think was my lowest on-field score, which was probably the only disappointing thing in my team. If you got to 70, that might have pushed me into the weekly round rankings of 1,000. And that would have been my first time doing so. So, look, you can't expect, a rookie to go well every week. I think he was going all right at halftime, 35 he was, Roas, and just, fall away a bit. Sort of like Gold Coast a bit. I was hoping he could kick another 1 or 2 goals or just a few more score assists, which could bump up to at least 60 and a 70. But not everything can go your way, I guess. And here we got here, obviously Hayes is injured. He'll be traded out next week by the looks of it. For another forward, I don't know, I think Dempsey performed poorly as well, which may affect his spot and his ability to generate enough cash. So look, we'll have to wait and see with the break even and who I bring in. Dixon, I should have. It's probably another mistake I made. I didn't have him on emergency just in case. Dixon went off and got like 70 or 80, but he didn't. So again, I got away with that one. Always have an emergency if he's. Should have always have an emergency on a rookie if he's playing the early game. Overall, absolutely. Over the moon with this score, my best ever score in Supercoach for a round, and I think for a weekly round rank. So I've come a long way since round 1. I started a rank at 70,000 first round, and now I'm almost in the top 10,000. So look, absolutely over the moon. This week with trades, I'm not too sure what to do. It's a bit more difficult this week. I'll probably only do the couple of trades unless there's absolutely another chaotic round. So no more boosts by the looks of it, which is good because after the last couple of weeks, it's just been chaotic. Leave a comment and tell me how you went this round. Thank you for watching.